Hello, hello, friends. Welcome to day 14. Okay, I'm really excited about what I want to talk to, what I'm going to talk about today, but I want to start with our legs uncrossed and your feet on the ground. I lower my chair a tiny bit so my feet touch the ground. And we'll just do 3 breaths to get grounded into the present moment, through your nose and out through your mouth. If you would join me, through your nose and out through your mouth, in through your nose and out through your mouth, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Mindful moments are powerful. The one that I want to talk about today is, a few days ago I did a really weepy one that I deleted, talking about my marriage. And what was interesting is I talked about a file cabinet, that we have a file cabinet in our brain with a folder in it. And when you put papers into the folder, I'm mad at him for that. I'm mad at him for that. He did that wrong. He didn't do it like I wanted. And you build up all these papers. Soon that file gets so big that the papers explode and go everywhere, and there's too many to pick up. And a lot of people get divorced at that point. And I was talking about Dave because we have been disconnected, and my whole intention for this whole 33 days is reconnecting with my husband, because he is my beloved and I love him dearly. And I don't want to have a roommate I'm mad at. I want to have a beloved man that I am connected to, all parts of me. So what's exciting about this is he was out of town when I started it for a week, and then he came back in town. And this quickly, our relationship has shifted. We are excited to see each other. I am closing my phone, my computer, and just honing in and looking in his eyes when he speaks to me. And I can see that he's feeling heard because he continues to speak to me. And when my little wheels start spinning going, he's saying this again? Doesn't he know he's doing the same thing? I say, stop it, because you pretty much have been screwing up my relationship. Go back to the present moment with no judgment and look my husband in the eyes and listen to what he's saying. That little shift of stopping my story or opening my folder to pull out all the papers, like literally when you get mindful in the moment, that folder disappears because you're not connected to the past, you're listening with no judgment. And I didn't say the definition, I always do, that mindfulness is just focusing all of your attention on the present moment with no judgment, which is the one that's hard. Okay, so the file cabinet I wanted to mention. I also wanted to mention something about relationships, finger pointing. Every time you point your finger at your partner and say, it's your fault, and you have this energy behind it, look at your finger, turn it towards yourself, and place it on your heart. Because when we are like this, or we're angry, or we're mad, or we're it's because inside of our body there's dis-ease. Our body is out of ease. And they say that if you build up enough dis-ease, it can literally turn into disease. So be aware of your body, be aware of your finger pointing and blaming other people. Do you know the only thing that we have control over on the entire planet is how we react to any situation? That's it. So we can't control what's going to come in front of us. All we can control is how we show up in the world, in our relationships with ourselves. That's so powerful when you know that, because you can let all the other stuff you try to control go and realize the only thing that matters is the moment between what shows up in front of me and how I choose to react. And one other thing I love to remember for myself is, when you want to say he made me feel, she made me feel about any relationship, no one can make you feel any way. How you feel is a choice. So have ownership of relationships. When you want to say, you made me feel bad because, change it to, I chose to feel bad because my feelings were hurt. I chose to feel angry because I didn't know how else to handle it. I chose to. So it takes all your power, and at the end you realize you are in control of your life. You are in control and navigating what's happening to you. I love ownership. And here's my favorite thing from the one that I deleted. I believe I deleted this one. When you're really mad at your partner, your lover, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever, when you are mad at them and they're in front of you and they're going, da, 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 they're showing up angry, know that under anger is an old hurt. So what I do that shifts me from wanting to match my husband's energy and go, oh, serious, you're mad again? And do this or heighten it, which hurts my body, hurts our marriage. Instead, I say, oh, wow, he's revved up. That means he's hurting. What's under there is his little boy, and I know it might sound silly to people who aren't familiar with, that we have old hurts inside of our body from our childhood. They're not resolved. And then they come out during relationships. And so we can either react and start fighting with this man who's showing up, or we can have compassion for the little boy who didn't have his needs met and go and hug that person. So I've been working on that too. When Dave comes in riled up, I take a breath or a pause, because that's my moment. That's the only thing I have control of, is how I react in life or how I show up. Take a pause, and I move from his mad face down towards his heart, which I think would be maybe where the top of his head was if he was younger. And I move down from his head to his heart, and I see a hurting heart. And I think, what would I do to a child that is hurting? I would hold him or hug him, unless I was really tired and pissed off, and then I might walk away and have a timeout. But with my husband, I go up and I hold him. So those are all interesting things to think about with your relationship. Already mine has shifted. We are reconnected, and we have agreed to move forward in a powerful way, which is like Christmas to me. It's almost as good as when Eve sang at church the other day. One other thing, so this is the fourth thing, but with relationships, my husband and I I'm creating a love plan, but I'm not doing it as quickly as I'd like to. So what I'm doing now is at bedtime, before we close our eyes, we say 3 appreciations about each other. So I would start and I would say, you do yourself and then your partner. So I appreciate myself for doing my video today. I appreciate you for playing basketball with Sergeant. Then Dave would say, I appreciate you for doing what brings you joy, your videos. And I appreciate myself for fixing the door. And then I say, I appreciate you. And seriously, you do 3 appreciations and it brings you to the present moment. We hold hands when we do it. It brings you to the present moment. And a lot of the times I didn't even notice my husband noticed that I did the thing that he says. So I'm filled and happy, and I feel good because I'm telling him beautiful things. And it's a nice way to go to bed. Even though he kind of rolls his eyes sometimes and he's mad about it or he's tired, we do it anyway. And at the end, we both feel better. And the other thing that we're doing is hugging at least once a day for 2 minutes. Because when you hug for a certain amount of time, I don't know the exact thing, but it releases endorphins. Okay, that's that. I'm going to do a quote and a prayer, and then I'm going to look and say hi to people like Angela and Patty. My quote is mine. Marriage is a safe place where you can show up just as you are to work through old hurts to heal. So when you know he's going to trigger me, but it's not about him, it's about me finding the place inside that's hurting, applying loving to that place, and not pointing it at him and putting it in the file cabinet. Marriage is a safe place where you can show up just as you are and work through old hurts to heal. And I think that's being a connected marriage, knowing that you have stuff to work through and that it's a safe place and you can love each other. A quick prayer, and then I want to say hi to all of you guys. God, I am grateful that I am in a relationship. I am grateful that I am triggered by my husband. I'm grateful that I have awareness that that is telling me I have work to do, God, and keep my mind and heart open so that I can do my work. And keep reminding me to see his little boy that needs to be hugged instead of my reacting to an angry grown man. Thank you for every relationship in my life that is teaching me. Thank you for the people watching and how they're sharing and on this journey with me. Send love and light out to all people who are sick and hurting, to the world, to the leaders of the world. Amen. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'm so happy that I get a report that we like each other again. And it was just a shift in making the decision to quit being dicks to each other. I have to report that we've had sex too, which is great, because he doesn't like to have sex with me when he's mad at me. But now that I'm being nicer and more attentive and more tender, there's so many benefits to mindfulness. Okay, you guys, you're beautiful. I'm happy you were here with me today. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow on day 15. Let's go, get up. Be mindful. Take one moment today. One moment to take a breath, to try a new way, to see the little kid, to be gentle with yourself. Okay.